right, so now normally what we've been doing with patch note videos, if you've seen recently, is we give you like that like cool edited one, but patch notes are out early and we got the season 18 patch notes. Now, buckle in. This is a over 9,000 word patch note. I might not necessarily skim through some things, but like if I see something where it's like, I'm probably going to kind of be quick at the top here with stuff. So first of all, season 18 is called Stadium Quick Play. Season 18 will have quick play. It's going to be like 5 rounds. I'll read some of the stuff here. It's a massive stadium overhaul and the debut of... wait, let me read this here. Just talking about all the stuff here. I'm going to go through and read it myself here because I think the part here, I'll explain everything else. So first of all, if you haven't seen any of the recent stuff from yesterday, the event updates, you're going to get summer games. That will be back September 2nd to the 15th. Also can play it in third person. You're going to be able to get a new summer-colored skin for Lucio and more seasonal rewards by just logging in and doing that. So it's going to be in third person, which is interesting. Junkrat's Loot Hunt is back again from September 12th to the 15th. If you play during those days, you'll have daily match challenges that unlock up to 9 loot boxes. You play 2, 5, and 10 matches each day to hit your milestone and stack the rewards, which, by the way, this season is going to have a ton of loot boxes if you've been playing a lot. I'll explain that in a little bit. So first of all, as I say that, here we are. So general updates, hero progression updates. Hero progression 2.0 rebuilds the system from the ground up with faster leveling, smoother UI, and a permanent prestige system built to flex your grind. You're gonna earn animated ascended borders at milestone levels, unlock loot boxes at key breakpoints, and track long-term growth with every hero. If you've been putting in the hours, this is the system that finally shows it off. So we just read a blog post on this stuff, but I'll just read it anyway. Hero level represents how much time you spent on playing each hero. You level up your heroes by competing in games in any mode. Progression level represents how much you play overall. Every time you level up a hero, your progression level also goes up. Your hero and account level badges are automatically prestige after reaching certain levels. Level up your heroes to earn ascended borders, which displays in most areas during the course of a match. Opponents will not be able to see your ascended prestige until after the match begins. As you level up, you can kickstart your cosmetic collection from your favorite heroes by earning highlight intros, emotes, victory poses, player icons, credits, and more. Additionally, unlock evolving name cards and player titles to show off your high-level heroes. Progression accolades can be hidden in the streamer mode settings. And just because I know that people reading the patch notes here will also be like, hey, do we start from the beginning? Nope. Whatever level you have, you're going to get all the rewards up to that level. It's retroactive. You're going to be able to get all that stuff. So you're good. You don't have to worry about it being reset. You're not going to have to reclimb. All that stuff. So I did do an intro. So there you go. You're going to get the advanced information panel. While in a match or the practice range, players can now interact with the hero information screen to find advanced details about their weapons, abilities, and passives. The following types of information are present for all heroes where relevant: damage, healing, cooldowns, range radius, effect durations, magazine size, reload time, fall-off rangers, barrier health, overshield, over armor, damage amplification, damage reduction, movement speed modifications, deployable health, shot spread, shots per volley, knockback, charge times, energy, and many hero-specific mechanics that don't fall into the above categories are also included. A lot of stats. You can see them. They're in the game. Some notable exceptions like ultimate charge and rate of fire are works in progress that we hope to add in the future updates. We're excited to hear your feedback on this feature, and we'd love to hear what specific additional information you'd like us to add, so make sure to put that. They do read comments. So keywords are included to help players understand how they interact with each other. That's great. Keyword definitions can be accessed for in-depth explanations of mechanics. Any part of a keyword definition that is highlighted indicates that this aspect of the definition is not always the same for every instance of the keyword. Perks are not in this feature currently. This feature is not supported to calculate the stadium powers and items, and this feature is not in the hero gallery. So there you go. There's all that. But this is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, the patch notes links are right there. Mouse and keyboard for consoles. Console players can now use a mouse and keyboard natively to play Overwatch 2 if they prefer not to use a controller. Okay. When it comes to the matchmaking pools, PC pool and console pool will now be referred to as the mouse and keyboard pool and the controller pool. This change will be updated in our game in the future with the UI. Oh, okay. I read it now. No. I read it now. So here you go. When on console and using a mouse and keyboard, you will be prompted to switch to the mouse and keyboard pool in order to use a mouse and keyboard to play with. So if you plug in a mouse and keyboard, you're going to be playing in the PC pool. If you do not accept to switch the mouse and keyboard pool, your mouse and keyboard inputs will not work for gameplay controls, and you will only be able to use controller. You can also manually switch to either pool in your gameplay options. So there you go. And obviously, people have mentioned like Zim and all that, and like, it's been a big problem on console, so this seems to be one way they're trying to fix that. So yeah, you now, if you just plug in a mouse and keyboard into your console, you're going to be on the PC pool if you so choose. When you switch to the mouse and keyboard pool, you will be paired with all PC platforms and any console players who are using mouse and keyboard inputs, and your internal MMR, skill ratings, and ranks for all game modes will be separate from your stats in the controller pool. I mean, yeah, technically, like, if you are on console and you plug in your mouse and keyboard, you can play, you'd be in PC rank technically, right? When playing in the mouse and keyboard pool, aim assist features are not available when you are using a controller. Controller players on PC platforms cannot enter the controller pool and cannot access aim assist features. To play on the controller pool, you must play on a console platform. Use of unauthorized peripherals to bypass the restriction in the controller pool will be considered as cheating and will result in actions on your account. That was an unexpected change. I mean, Season 18 is already stacked. I was just like, wow. So there you go. So that's going to be a huge change across the board. So now basically, so does that mean that if somebody's on console now, like let's say that like you have a friend, they can't get a PC currently, could they technically plug in a mouse and keyboard and then you could play ranked with them now? Is that how I'm understanding this? Because you're in separate pools? Or is it only for quick play? Because it said different MMR, all that. Like, can you play? It says ranks. Yeah, I think like technically now you could like be in a PC pool and like play with your friends if they want to play with mouse and keyboard or something. So I don't know, just a random. That's the vibe I'm getting from that. So anyway, up next we have real-time text moderation. If another player types a message into text chat that is detected to be potentially disruptive, offensive, or harmful to other users, the message in its entirety will be hidden from other players. You may choose to see that message and report it, if necessary, directly from the text to chat feed. So now they're basically getting an automatic system to see if somebody types something. Okay. You can disable the filter in the text chat section of the social options. As always, using inappropriate chat or being disruptive to other players in your game is against code of conduct. So, regardless of the words used or the context implied, they wanted to add that part there. First-time user experience. I just read it quickly. Let's go. New players will now have access to every hero in the game from the start. You're good to go. No more unlocking the characters. If you're new to the game and you're like, I want to try that character I've seen on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, you're good now. You can play it. The new user experience is good. It's good for the game. And then it says the entry requirement in participation in competitive matches have been lowered to 20 wins. That one is, I wonder if because of their new system, not a new system, but a while back they changed how quickly they can do Smurf detection, which is why people would climb up. That one is, I want to see where that goes. We'll see where the alt accounts end up. That part I need to see, but that is a bit of a stark difference from what it used to be. So we'll see. Maybe they're confident in that new system they have now. So we'll see. Okay, that's the first section. This is 9,000 words, by the way, chat. So give me 1 second here to lock in, and we're gonna keep on reading. Okay, sound good? Hero skill rating. Skill rating SR has returned to Overwatch in a new form, allowing players to analyze their skill at individual heroes. We originally removed skill rating from competitive play because players perceived it as an absolute truth about skill instead of the best guess approximation it really is. For 2 Gold 5 players on a team together today, we think players feel accurately represented in how close skilled they are. But for 2069, nice, and 2068 players on a team together, we've made a subtle implication that one of these players is better. These players are extremely close in skill, and it would be incorrect to assume with certainty that one is more skilled than the other, but players tend to see a higher number as objectively more skilled, and this led to some unfortunate social dynamics within matches because of the comparisons it caused. Comparisons are great for hero skill rating, though. Since the information isn't shared outside of your career profile, we think giving you our best guesses will help you understand and analyze your own skill at your stable of heroes in the most fun way. Okay, here we go. Hero skill rating is a number between 0 and 5,000, with 5,000 being equivalent to the top of Champion 1. Hero skill rating is not used in matchmaking in any way. After placements in roll queue or open queue, players will now be able to place each of the 44 heroes in Season 18. A hero needs to play 5 placement matches to get their final hero skill rating. A hero must be played for at least 3 minutes within a match to qualify for placement. A hero must be one of your top 3 most played heroes within that match to qualify for placement. Hero placements and hero skill rating are not shared across roll and open queues. Hero skill rating updates, how many times am I going to say hero skill rating updates? Or hero skill rating, are shown at the end of the match on the comp overview screen. Only your top 3 most played heroes in that match will be displayed here, but every hero played in the match is updated behind the scenes based on the amount of time they were played. Your hero skill ratings can be viewed in the career profile under the hero comparison dropdown at any time and on each hero's page. A new tab has been added to the competitive info screen explaining many of the topics above. I also think this is really cool, by the way, chat. Like this, I think this is going to be awesome. I am super pumped and excited to see where this goes, because I think this just adds such another like dynamic to like this whole. It's just really cool. I don't know. That's how I look at it. Competitive rewards. Achieving diamond or above in roll queue or open queue will now unlock Freya's galactic skin. Ranks are now based on your highest rank in a season instead of your final rank, except for top 500. It will be your final rank. So there you go. So that's that. That's the. I skipped a section. Oh, my bad. Skill rank reset. I just sorry. I went out of order, but there's a comp reward one. Skill rank reset. With a huge wave of new perks and tune into existing perks, this soft reset is designed to put players on an even playing field and give them a chance to climb higher ever than before, or even higher than ever before. The highest ranks, Master, Grandmaster, and Champion, have been tuned again to include a higher percentage of the player population once players are well calibrated. Ooh, that's a queue time adjustment too. All ranks in row queue and open queue and comp have been reset to unranked, and all players will need to complete their 10 placement matches for each role. Hero skill ratings have also been soft reset for the first time. So there you go. We kind of knew the skill rank reset was coming, but it sounds like they're making it a little bit better. So there's all that stuff for competitive play update. Oh, no, never mind. Competitive player, new player requirements. Oh, yes, we knew about that one, the 20 matches one. Hero updates. Yes, it's the bug fix. Oh, it's fixed. Why was I like a seal right there? Okay, here we go. Hero updates. Armor still reduces income and damage by 7, up to a maximum of 50% of the damage received. Combined damage reduction in armor can no longer exceed 50% unless an ability increases it past that point, such as Ramatra's blocker or Hazard's block. In case where total damage reduction already exceeds 50% before armor is applied, armor will have no additional effect. There you go. Calf, thanks for the 36 months of the Prime sub. Appreciate that. So there you go. So, okay, chat. So everybody was wondering how long the bug was before, and the rumor was that some people knew about it, some people didn't. This confirms it here. Dev comment. Since Season 16, a notable bug has altered how damage reduction and armor interact. This fix restores their intended functionality and clarifies the rules moving forward. In addition to balance changes for some of our heroes, every hero will be getting at least one new perk to help give options for more fun, impactful gameplay. Scuba Dreamer, thanks for the 26 months of the Prime sub. Thank you, appreciate it. So the rumor was that like some people knew that it was an armor bug already, but like they were kind of like, oh wait, so that's why you saw a lot more like Ramatra Hazard being played, even when they would nerf, as well as Orisa. So yeah, this has been going since Season 16, to give you an idea. There you go. So it's fixed. All right, on to the... Oh, man, this is going to be a doozy. I did these yesterday, to be fair, but we kind of were all over the place with the meme, so I'm going to speed run it, though, okay? Here we go. Here are the patch notes. They have perk changes. They have other stuff. It's going to be all over the place here. Get ready. First of all, Diva, Heavy Rockets major perk removed. They brought in a new major perk. We talked about it yesterday. You press reload to reduce fusion cannon spread by 75% for 3 seconds. I think it's going to be cool. We'll see how it plays. Doomfist. The change to power matrix aligns the perk with Doomfist's regular power block, ensuring consistency in how empowered punches charge. So the 1-2 perk, we talked about it yesterday, now updated to where hitting an enemy into a wall with Rocket Punch gives you reloads your hand cannon and overfills ammo by 2. The seismic and power major perk removed. Aftershock major perk is a new major perk. Enemies hit by seismic slammer slowed by 30% for 1.5 seconds. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Power Matrix, major perk, damage absorbed during Power Matrix now provides equivalent empowered punch amount to power block. Okay, I'll have to see how that plays. Doom's going to be pretty good with that perk, though, I will say. It's going to be an interesting, we'll see what happens. Hazard. Spike guard, secondary fire now only refills ammo while dealing damage to an enemy. I didn't even know it worked that way. That so you have to damage somebody, otherwise it won't refill ammo. Jagged Wall, knockback damage reduced from 50 to 40, and the health is from 400 to 350, so Jagged Wall got nerfed. They got rid of the off-the-top minor perk. Deep Leap, they changed it to a minor perk, and they made it 15% range instead of 20% on the Violent Leap. Anarch Exhale got changed to a minor perk, and Spike Guard's lifesteal is now 25% instead of 40%, so that got nerfed a little bit. I'm going to read the dev comment after. I did see that, but I figured it would be better to read this and then that after. Reconstitution major perk changed to a major perk and now drains additional resources before base resource for Reconstitution. And then Explosion Impalements, the major perk, which is the new one. Bone Spur hits marked targets with spikes. Quick Melee and Violent Sleep / detonates them for 40 explosive damage. So I'm a little bit concerned about the burst damage aspect of this because Hazard was already kind of burst damagey. But I'll, again, going back to how I've always said, I'll see how it plays and then kind of get my feedback after. The dev comment says Jagged Wall was providing too much impact as a single ability, particularly in combination with the Reconstitution perk. Reducing its health and knockback damage lowers its overall value, while the Spike Guard change requires Hazard to be actively fighting to gain its ammo benefit. So there you go. On to Junker Queen. Junker Queen, Rendon Call perk removed. A new minor perk has been introduced called Rampant Change. Gain Unstoppable and refresh all cooldowns when using Rampage. That sounds awesome, by the way. Deep Wounds major perk removed. Willy Willy's been added. When recalling Jagged Blade, its radius is increased by 100% and it deals 30 additional impact damage. So there you go. That's what they've done with Queen. Not too much, but I think it's going to be fun to see how Queen is with these new stuff, new perks. Mauga, 2 hearts perk removed. Pyromaniac, the minor perk, ignites enemies with incendiary chain gun, grants 50 overhealth. So you get more overhealth now. It's going to be just basically overhealth there. Orisa, heat dissipator, minor perk removed. Fleet and bulwark, minor perk removed. Defense protocols, a new minor perk. Regenerate 100 HP while charging terror surge. That sounds really strong. I'm going to be honest with you. Better have an honor for that. Mobile fortification minor perk is a new one. While Fortify is active, Orisa has no movement speed reduction and no heat generation. Both really good perks. I'm probably going to lead towards the mobile fortification because it has more just usage, right? Ramatra. Ravenous Vortex ability. 2, no longer interrupts horizontal momentum when first affecting a target. Oh, that's going to be good. And Nemesis form armor has been reduced from 300 to 250. So chat, straight up, Ramatra is currently nerfed. I mean, we saw it coming, but there you go. I will say to this one, I hope that the horizontal momentum one should feel better now. We'll see how it goes. There's the block Nemesis form second ability. Block ability now, is that a perk or? Oh, wait, whoa. Block ability now triggers a 1-second cooldown. So wait. So when you block and unblock, you have to wait 1 second now? Am I understanding that correctly? So it's like, you're going to have to... I think it's trying to change that block punch thing and make it more about the block. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. It's going to feel weird at first. That happened with Sigma for a while when they got rid of, when they put a cooldown on Sigma stuff. It felt weird at first. So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Prolonged Barrier perk has been removed. They added a new one. It's a minor perk. While Nemesis form is active, eliminations extend the duration by 1 second. Half that during Annihilation. It's a pretty good perk. I mean, I'm probably going to still go for the burst shot one, like the extra shot, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this one's pretty good too. Okay. Reinhardt, Crusader Resolve minor perk removed. Barrier Recharge is a new minor perk. Distance traveled while using charge regenerates your shield. So if you are like me and you just let your shield break, you just charge and get it back. Crush and Victory. What is that? I just made up a word. Crush and Victory major perk removed. Ignited Fury major perk's a new one. For each enemy you hit with Fire Strike, you gain 2 seconds of 25% increased attack speed. Reminds me of the smash and build in Stadium. So there you go. Armor bug is fixed. Yes, armor bug will be fixed for Season 18. Roadhog, if you didn't hear chat, Pigpen is gone. Scrap Gun primary fire reverted to the classic primary and secondary fire function. Primary fire no longer includes a volley of 4 extra large long-range projectiles. Number of projectiles for primary fire increased from 16 to 25. And then for the damage per pellet is reduced from 6.5 to 6. I don't know these numbers off the top of my head on like what they were previously back when Roadhog had this, so I can't comment further on that one. Ramatra's dev note. Ramatra has become too durable in Nemesis form while blocking. The armor and block adjustments reduce his ability to withstand large amounts of damage and force more deliberate defensive choices. The change to Ravenous Vortex removes the jar and stop. Okay, that is good. And horizontal momentum, notably when paired with Vengeful Vortex. That's a good change. Okay, back to Roadhog. Scrap gun fire initial volley no longer crits. Oh, okay. Pigpen's gone. Take a breather is now on the ability 2, so it's an ability again. So you're gonna get used to that. The option to toggle on the ability is now on by default. Added ability 1, primary fire and secondary as additional cancel buttons while toggled. Minimum time before cancelable reduced from 0.8 to 0.6. So there you go. Pent up minor perk was removed because that was some other stuff. Shrapnel launcher is the new minor perk. Extend the range of scrap gun secondary fire by 50% and tighten its burst spread by 25%. Hog Drog and exposure removed. Pulled porks, the new major perk. Gain over health based on how far you pull enemies with chain hook up to 250. So you hit your hooks, you might get some good stuff, especially if it's across the map. So we'll see on that side of things. What do we got next? Oh yeah, the stuff here. Pigpen was originally intended to give Roadhog more spatial presence on the battlefield, but in practice, it reinforced his hook combo playstyle and limited his flexibility in engagements. To address this, we've restored the classic primary and secondary fire on Scrap Gun, providing more consistent damage options and letting Roadhog better contest space on the front line. The take a breather adjustments have been successful, offering great defensive uptime without excessive personal sustain, so its functionality remained the same, but it has been moved to ability 2 with a default toggle and additional cancel options to keep that flexibility intact. Now, what I will say, chat, on this with Roadhog, as somebody I have an okay amount of time on Hog. I enjoyed the left click, right click style first, but I also understand where it would be different in this type of, like, we'll see where Roadhog ends up here. I don't know how to think, like, what my thoughts are yet. I'm just going to have to see when I play against Hogs. All right, Sigma. They removed the massive impact perk, and they gave you hyper regeneration. I might use this one all the time now. 50% of your hyper sphere's damage restores experimental barrier health. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this might be my go-to. I know they were trying to make you have a choice in perks, but this perk almost feels too good, right? Doesn't this feel almost like too good right now? Of like a minor perk, so I'm going to probably use that one. We'll see, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Winston, they got rid of the short circuit minor perk. That was the one that like torp turrets and stuff. They gave you a new one when Winston, it's called barrier toss. Winston now throws his barrier projector forward when used, so you can throw it where you want to, maybe save your teammates, maybe use it as a setup, something like that. Wrecking Ball, transfer efficiency, major perk removed, and this is where it's going to get interesting with Wrecking Ball. Squeaky Pig, thanks for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, you ready? Adaptive Barrier major perk. Adaptive Barrier generates a 1.4 second barrier on activation, consuming 50 overhealth. You're basically not CCable. In my opinion, I think a lot of Wrecking Balls will give up the ability to like hold your slam in the air a little bit longer for this perk. No, this is a major perk. I just think this is going to be the go-to. I mean, not being CC'd, like, for 1.4 seconds, when you use your adaptive, like, shields, that's pretty damn good. So, no, it consumes the 50 overhealth. I don't know how, I think it just gives you, like, we'll see, though. Zarya, Graviton Crush, minor perk removed, and then the Energy Converter one, which is where you hit. Oh, this one's good. A new minor perk, hits with your particle cannon, secondary fire, generate 3 energy. So imagine shooting, like, hitting 3 people with that, you get to maintain energy. So this is an uptime buff for Zarya on energy. Very interesting. We'll see how it plays. And it's a minor perk. Get good with your right clicks, chat, with Zarya. I've always given that advice even prior to this. I'm only going to give that even more now. So there you go. So that's your tank changes. Not bad. I mean, the overall, like, summary of tanks, chat. The armor bug is now fixed. It's going to open up the doors to see where the rest of the tanks are, and then hopefully at midseason, they make the adjustments needed based off of the results that we see from this. So there you go. All right? So there you go. That is your DPS. I mean, your tanks. On to DPS. Sorry, I wasn't on the DPS yet. Okay. Ash. Rapid Fire. Minor perk removed. Remote Detonator. Minor perk. New minor perk. After using Dynamite, press an E again. Causes it to detonate after a 0.5 second delay. You heard that right, chat. there is a new minor perk where you can detonate you just hit the button again. You don't have to shoot it. So if you're like me and you always miss it, I will take that half-second delay. Straight up. That's a minor perk. So that will help a little bit. Even in Stadium for that, like the Ash Dynamite build or something. That sounds pretty good, huh? Okay. Bastion, Smart Bomb, minor perk removed. Configuration reload, minor perk, new minor perk, refresh the cooldown of A36 tactical grenades when changing configurations. Cassidy. Oh yeah, for Bastion, that one seems pretty decent. Cassidy, base health has been reduced from 275 to 250. You asked for the cast nerf. There you go. That 25 HP can make a huge difference. Oh, you're right. No perks in Stadium. You're right. No perks in Stadium. Good call. Quick Draw, minor perk removed. Bang Bang, minor perk changed, is now a minor perk, and it reduces the damage from both flashbangs by 40%. Silver Bullet is the new one that they added for major perk. Peacekeeper secondary fire is replaced with a piercing shot that inflicts bleed-in. Combat roll and Deadeye reset its cooldown. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays. Kind of using your abilities to like add a really cool option. So we'll see. Dev comments say recent weapon changes have made Cassidy a highly consistent threat. Reducing his health brings him more in line with other hit scan heroes. There better be some Sojourn changes too then, or Freya. Well, Freya's kind of in a weird spot because of win rates, but Echo, friendly image and minor perk removed, and the enhanced duplication minor perk removed. There's a new minor perk called Focus Rush. Focus and beams range is increased by 4 meters, and movement speed is increased by 10 when active. Partial scan minor perk. New minor perk. Duplicates start with 50% of its ultimate charge. Both of those are pretty good minor perks. And then this one's huge, by the way. This one, full salvo major perk. The damage reduction has been removed from all sticky bombs fired. That was why I never took that one, because it was just like not worth it to me because I was good with those. That is going to be really good for Echo. Freya, Frostbolt's minor perk removed. Tracking Instinct, minor perk removed. Hunter Instinct is a new perk. Minor perk, direct hits would take aim. Reveal enemies to Freya for 3 seconds. That's going to be pretty good. Momentum boost, minor perk. Quick dash distance is increased by 20%. Good if you need mobility. Ready to Hunt major perk removed. Aerial Recovery is the new one. After using Updraft, heal for 30 HPS per second until you touch the ground. So you can kind of pocket yourself. Genji, Acrobatics minor perk removed. Swift Cuts minor perk is now a new one. Quick Melee reduces the cooldown of Swift Strike by 3 seconds. A little bit concerned about that one, but we'll see. Because that could be really strong for Genji, especially if you can just keep doing that. Unless there's like an internal cooldown, I don't understand. Blade Twisted major perk. Now Swift Strike deals 25 additional damage over time if the enemy is below half health. So that they upgraded that one a little bit. So if they're lower than HP, you'll get even more of a buff there. Sorry, Chad. There's so much here. I'm doing my best. All right, I got y'all. Hanzo, Swift Lunge minor perk. New minor perk. Arrow hits reduce the cooldown of lunge by up to 1 second based on charge. So a mobility buff for perks. The Technique major perk has been removed. Scatter Arrow major perk is changed to a major perk. Now on the first Ricochet, Storm Arrow split into 5 shots, dealing 33% damage and bounce 1 extra time. Can't wait to get Scatter out as a tank. Junkrat, Aluminum Frame minor perk removed. Mine Recycling minor perk is a new one. Killing Blows with Concussion Mine, restore 1 charge. Good luck to the Junkrat connoisseurs. That's going to be good. TikTok major perk removed. Bomb Voyage is the new one. After launching with Concussion Mine, Junkrat gains 35% increased attack speed for 3 seconds. That is pretty dang good. Have fun, Junkrats. May, Biting Cold minor perk removed. Permafrost minor perk removed. Skate and Rink is a new one. Allies within Blizzard gain 25% increased movement speed and heal for 50 HP a second. Welcome to Kitsune 2.0 or Kitsune 1.1, whatever you want to go with, or 1A, 1B. Glacial Propulsion minor perk is a new minor perk. Double jump and creates a small ice pillar that launches May into the air. So, mobility change. We'll see how that goes. The scroller, well, that's because that's people posting on the forums. That's why it says that. Pharah, Concussive Implosion major perk removed. And there's a new one. What was the Concussive Implosion one? Concussive one. Concussive Blast reveals targets to Pharah for 3 seconds. During this, the next direct launcher hit per target deals 30% extra damage. So if you're good at Pharah with those directs, you can do a lot. Wait, they got rid of the mini grav? Okay, that is a huge change to Pharah then. That mini grav was something. So it's probably going to feel better to play against, but you also might get one shot randomly. Reaper, Death Shadow minor perk removed. Shadow Blink minor perk is a new minor perk. Shadow Steps cast time and cooldown are 25% faster, but the range is reduced by 25%. I don't know what's going to happen with Reaper here. We'll see. Next up is Sojourn. Base health reduced from 250 to 225. There you go. So they stayed consistent with that. Sojourn's also a hero that's kind of been rough to play against. So the HP nerf, those HP nerfs can make a huge difference, by the way. Railgun primary fire shots per second increased from 15 to 16. Oh, did they do the buff and then, oh, they did compensating buffs. Power slide ability 1 cooldown is now 7 seconds instead of 8. The extended mag minor perk is removed. Deceleration minor perk is a new one. This is the one that I'm concerned with. Enemies hit by disruptor shot are slowed by 25%. I'm not a fan of this. You combine that with like Ramatra. If Ramatra's played, you're going to be slowed. That one, we'll see what happens. Adhesive Siphon, major perk removed. They have a new major perk that when you slide, you regenerate up to 50 energy. The dev comments say, while Sojourn's win rate is relatively low, she can still feel frustrating to play against. Lowering her health increases her vulnerability, but the slight mobility and primary fire improvements help offset the loss in survivability. So we'll see how it plays. We'll see how it plays. You know, you said, oh, I mean, chat, honestly, I'm not even going to sit here and theorize on Sojourn win rates because guess what? Don't we have like a website that's launching soon that's going to show all the stats? You know what I mean? Like we have a website coming up soon that's going to show all the stats. So I'm just going to wait till then and I'll be able to see win rates. But my understanding is that Sojourn has low win rate in general, and this has been consistent for a long time in Overwatch. That's why they've had such a hard time trying to figure out where to play Sojourn and like balance, because in some ranks Sojourn has a really low win rate, in other ranks Sojourn takes over. So that's the problem. So that's all the stuff for Sojourn. Okay, Soldier 76, Field Emergency Pack Minor perk removed, or Field Emergency. Tactical Salvo is a new perk. Helix Rocket cooldown is reduced by 80% during TAC Visor. I am excited for this one. And then the Stim Pack Major perk is now changed so that Stim Pack replaces Biotic Field and now heals the soldier for 30 HPS and gains 20% increased attack speed for 5 seconds. Now I'm considering that one now. Because I didn't like how it felt, so we'll see. Sombra. White Hat Major perk removed. Adept Hacker is the new perk. Hacked health packs provide up to 50 overhealth to Sombra. That's going to be interesting. How much HP does Sombra have? I can't imagine like how that will feel if you just, was it like 275? Now, if you get that perk, oh boy, that'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes though. Symmetra. Advanced Teleportation minor perk removed. Perfect Alignment is now a minor perk. Now only increases the range of a photon's projector primary fire by 20%, regardless of the charge level of the beam. So we'll see how that goes. It should be pretty good. Hover and Barrier is the new major perk. If anybody played Overwatch 1, you've seen this one before. Teleporter gains the option to create a forward moving barrier. Instead, pressing E again slows down the barrier's movement. So if you remember Overwatch 1, this is kind of what Sombra had initially. We'll see what happens, how it plays, and kind of go from there. Torb, Craftsman minor perk removed. You got the new minor perk. You move 20% faster while Forge Hammer is equipped. So you got the hammer out, you're going 20% faster. Sounds kind of fun. Tracer. Recall has the cooldown increased from 12 to 13 seconds. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of an uptime change, but yeah. I think what the problem is that like with the perks, we'll see. Blast from the Past minor perk removed. They have a new one that when you, a new minor perk called Kinetic Reload. Melee hits grant 20 ammo. That one's going to be interesting. I want to test that one whenever I have a chance. Tracer's, this is the dev comment. Tracer's weapon improvements have increased her overall effectiveness. Extended Recall's cooldown reduces her uptime, especially when paired with major perks. So there you go. That's Tracer. Venture. Seismic Sense minor perk removed. Deep Burrow, new minor perk. Drill dash distance is 50% longer while burrowed. That could be good for Venture players. Smarter Excavator is removed, but Smart Extender is the new major perk. Empower Smart Excavator with E to increase its maximum projectile range by 100% for 4 seconds. And if I'm correct, this means that they will go 40 meters is what chat said. So the ult will travel 40 meters, I think. And what I say to that is go into the training range, go to where it says 40 meters and see how long that is. That's your ultimates are going to get more value. So there you go. Widowmaker and the last of the DPS one shot. Yeah, we're on. Oh, dude, chat. I'm like, I'm sitting here and I'm going, okay, You know what? We're getting through the patch notes. All right, done with hero balance. I got stadium balance. I got stadium, don't I? I have stadium and a bunch of new powers for all of the characters. Oh, God. Oh, let's go. I'm not complaining. Listen, I would rather have this than have no patch notes, okay? Let's go, baby. I'm locked in. All right. Overwatch has a bunch of stuff now. I'm pumped. Let's go. I also have no voice tomorrow. Good thing I'm taking a day off. Okay. Widowmaker. Focused aim minor perk removed. Sniper's Instinct minor perk is a new minor perk. Scope shots charge 100% faster for 2 seconds after using grappling hook. Deadly Dew major perk removed. Seeker Mine is a new one. Venom Mine now fires poison darts at enemies within 10 meters and remains active after triggered. As you know, chat, I'm a Venom Mine specialist. Buff for me. Next up, support. Ana, new minor perk. Speed Serum. Nano Boost grants 40% movement speed to Ana and her target. Welcome back, Beyblade. I mentioned that yesterday. Strike major perk removed. Biotic Bounce is now a major perk, and it deals 60 damage and healing up from 25. I do like that one. That one's fun, so we'll see. Baptiste, Field Medicine minor perk. Removed. Biotic Reloader minor perk, a new minor perk. Hit an entire 3-round burst. Reloads a healing projectile. Healing projectile directs hits. Reload 3 primary fire ammo. This is going to be interesting. And then Automated Healing's a minor perk. Change to now use an ability. Using an ability triggers Baptiste shoulder turret, periodically firing up to 3 shots at allies, each restoring 25 HP. So a lot more damage to happen. Brigitte. Barrier Restoration minor perk removed. Combat Medic minor perk is a new one. Melee attacks reduce the cooldown of Repair Pack by 0.5 seconds. I'm going to be honest with you, chat. I reacted to that yesterday. Dude, I think Brig is going to be good. Because, like, if you can proc Inspire and, like, you get that Repair Pack, that is, like, some of the... There's a lot of uptime there that you can keep now. So it's going to be very intriguing. Quick Fix major perk removed. And there's a new one here called Inspiring Strike. Shield Bash grants 30% increased movement speed for 2 seconds. Inspires healing is instant when activated by Shield Bash. So I'm going to try this out when I get a chance, and we're going to have some fun. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Sammy said he got the streamer. We believe in the power of the glass water bottle and the heat of no AC. Yep. Yeah, by the way, chat, there's no AC in my apartment right now. It broke, and they haven't fixed it yet. So here we go. Ayari. It's been 3 days now. 3rd day. Ayari solar power major perk removed, and there's a new major perk called Solar Flare. Press primary fire while using solar rifle. Oh, I like this one. Solar rifle's healing beam to consume all energy, healing allies in front of Ayari for up to 120 healing. Somebody said it's very, very similar to like the width of like Wuyang. So it's gonna be really good. I like that. Juno reboots minor perk removed. Locked On's a new minor perk. Or no, sorry, it's now a minor perk, and the cooldown reduction's now 1 second down from 1.5, so a bit of a buff there. And then they got rid of Master Blaster, but they brought in Liftoff, which is a new major perk, which is Martian overboots can now triple jump. And then a really cool one called Faster Blaster. While Glide Boost is active, Many Blaster fires continuously. So there you go. That's going to be cool. They showed that in the video. It looked really, really fun. Kiriko, Shuffling major perk removed, which is that's the teleport one back and forth, right? Ready Step's the new one. Swift Step grants Kiriko 40% increased attack and reload speed for 2 seconds. That's really good. And Foxtrot Projection Suzu now only grants 30% increased movement speed for allies, down from 40%, but now grants 100% increased cooldown recovery. That is ridiculous for Suzu, by the way. That might be a go-to. We'll see, though. Lifeweaver. Base health reduced from 225 to 200. A slight nerf there on Lifeweaver survivability. Life Cycle minor perk removed. Life Cycle minor perk is Life Weave is now a minor perk. Rejuvenate and Dash now only adds 20 healing to the next Blossom, down from 40. And the Pedal Power major perk is new. Allies on top of a raised pedal platform, 25% attack speed. That's good right there. The dev comment says Lifeweaver has received numerous buffs to improve his effectiveness, but his increased survivability has become difficult to deal with. This health reduction brings him in line with the rest of the support roster. Again, we'll see what happens here. Keep in mind, I think there's a little bit of shields there too for Lifeweaver, right? I think they should have maybe added that in here. So I don't think Lifeweaver has 200 HP. I think Lifeweaver has some shields too. Does that make sense? So you're still going to have a decent amount of HP. It's not 200 though. Venture's perk is for primary fire, not alt. My apologies then. when they go through their crap, just say that it's for the Venture's primary fire, not the ultimates. That's really, really strong on the 40 meters. So my mistake on that one. That's my bad. 50 shields as well. Yeah, so it'll be pretty good. Yeah, that makes way more sense now. Yep. Good call of that. There's so much. I'm if I miss something like that, feel free to let me know. 4-second cooldown, I think it is. Or it lasts for 4 seconds. I don't know about the cooldown. Okay, so there you go. There's Lifeweaver Lucio. Base Blowout, minor perk removed. Sound Wave Rider, minor perk is a new minor perk. While riding empowers your next sound wave, increasing its knockback by 25% and damage by 50%. Thank you. That's going to be pretty good for, if you like DPSing, you're going to have a good time. So there you go. Mercy, Winged Reach, minor perk is removed. You have a new one called Divine Momentum. Minor perk increases Mercy's travel speed by 15% after canceling Guardian Angel. I'm not an expert in Mercy movement, so I'm not sure what that does for slingshot and things like that. You can let me know in the comments or something. I have no idea. Moira, Vanish minor perk removed. Uprush minor perk removed. You have a new one called Destruction Divide. Coalescence can now be toggled between pure healing or pure damage with 25% greater effect. Keep that in mind, chat. That means that you are getting a 25% damage or healing boost during your ultimate based off of what you toggle it to. So more else going to be better to sustain people and better to do damage. Just straight up. Ethical Nourishment is now a minor perk. The instant healing is reduced to 30, down from 50. Contamination major perks removed is a new one called Reversal. When you reactivate your biotic orb, it brings it back. So let's say you send an orb out and maybe it goes flying into the sky. You can probably bring it back. Kind of cool. And then Phantom Step major perk, Fade lasts 0.5 seconds longer and boosts jump height by 50%. So have fun with your mobility. That's all the supports, chat. A lot of really interesting perks. Next up, we got Wu Yang. All right, now available to play in comp. Quick Melee now interrupts controlling the water orb and channel and restore. Oh, that's good. And channel and restorative stream. The ability 1, initial speed boost on activation increased by 50%, and the jump height increased by 2 meters. There you go, chat. So they did a lot of what people suggested. They didn't do any number changes, it looks like. For the most part, they just made the they did number changes, but they didn't do it into damage or healing. They did it into this is good. Guardian Wave had the maximum range decreased by 5 meters, but let me go with the follow-up here. The Shockwave drop height increased from 3 to 20 meters. So remember when I was saying it felt like it didn't go anywhere if they were jumped in the air or did something like that? It didn't jump, but if they got booped up or something. The drop height is basically over a cart or down. This is good. This is a good change. That's why they decreased the meters, but made the drop height better. That should make it feel better overall. It was rough. When you would do it, it will climb up walls. I think it will, if I understand it correctly. And then Tidal Blast, ultimate ability, self-usage time decreased from 0.8 to 0.6 seconds. So there you go. So all of that, good changes here. Okay, let me rephrase that. Thank you, Custa, on the hero team here. It won't go up walls. It'll just go down cliffs. I'm going to be honest with you, Custa. I scanned up top, and I thought I read wall, and then I saw all, and that's where I was. But thank you for the thank you for that one, too, on that one. Custa, the dev, on the hero team. Feels good. And no, I don't go to Custa for any balance stuff. I let him do his thing. Good changes, though. I remember when I first, looked at Wu Yang, I was like, okay, how are the numbers going to feel, etc. But then, as I saw, I'm like, okay, the numbers seem good, but the staff and all that felt kind of a little bit delayed. So good changes. I like this. I expect Wu Yang to pop off from the get-go. So excellent job. Dev comments here say, please stop messaging to Buffer Monitor. First of all, Custa, that's the last thing I would do right now to tell you to. If anything, I was going to message you to tell you to nerf that with the armor bug, okay? That's why I've been telling chat, I'm like, listen, this armor bug is that's why I'm not playing as much tank in rank, because I'm stuck on these 3 heroes. So I'm glad you fixed it. So here we go. The dev comment says Wu Yang had a successful trial weekend as one of the top performing heroes across all platforms. Given his relatively strong stand-in, these adjustments are primarily targeted at gameplay feel rather than raw damage and healing output. In particular, Russian Torrent has been adjusted to help him reach high ground more easily. Oh, that's where I got confused. I saw high ground there. Okay, that makes more sense now. And Guardian Wave will now travel down tall ledges. Again, thank you for the correction. which will help him support for those locations without having to give up position, which I did notice that when I was playing. So great changes. Wu Yang should pop off. And then we have, last but not least, Zenyatta. Transcendence ultimate cost increased by 9%. Okay. Zenith Kick minor perk removed. Transcendent condemned. Oh, no, not this again. A new minor perk. While using Transcendence, apply Discord Orb to all enemies within range. I like that one. That's going to be interesting. I like that one if I'm playing Zen. If I'm not playing Zen, no, I'm not doing it again. No, we're not going through that again, chat, okay? Not doing that again. We did that yesterday. If you want to see my pronunciation of that, go look at the perk video from yesterday. I ain't doing that again, all right? That was a one-time deal. All right. Duality major perk has been removed, and the dual harmony major perk gains a second harmony orb, but they both heal for 70% effectiveness. I kind of like that. Now that you're in here, Custa, for some reason, and also, isn't that going to be pretty solid for Genji Tracer comps? Some of that old school, like put on like, put on the Tracer and the Genji, have some, it's going to be a good time. We'll see. But there you go. The dev comments say, I do like the change of it. I do like that change. Recent Harmony or buffs have allowed Zenyatta to charge Transcendence much faster. Increasing its cost helps balance the improved healing of the ultimate. I get that then. I get that. I wonder, I'm still curious as how the new updated DPS passive has affected Zenalt, because isn't it like if people are getting shot in it, it's like 280, how that feels? We'll see, though. We'll see. All right, chat. I have officially gotten through core Overwatch patch notes, chat. We did it. Okay? We have done it. There you go. That's step one. I'm trying. Listen, there's a lot here, chat, okay? You got to give me time. I'm doing my best. All right? Doing my best. Introducing Stadium Quick Play. Stadium Quick Play matches play best of 5, meaning the first team to 3 wins. Powers are granted on rounds 1, 2, 3, and 5. I like that. Stadium Quick Play uses an accelerated economy, allowing players to reach the maximum potential of their builds faster. Stadium Quick Play uses the same crossplay grouping and matchmaking rules as unranked Quick Play. You can group together with your friends regardless of skill or input pool for Stadium Quick Play matches. Stadium Quick Play will feature backfill for whenever a player leaves or disconnects from a match. If you are backfilling a match, you'll be granted a cash amount that is the average to your remaining teammates, and you will have 1 minute to shop in the armory and equip powers and purchase items while the current round is playing. So just to kind of point that out, chat, if your teammate that joins is AFK and spawn, it's not because they're AFK. Well, I guess they could be. It's because they are given time, regardless of when they join, to be able to make that, it sounds like, okay? So there you go. New stadium map type, payload race. Like an okay, so payload race. I'm just going to read the stuff. Like an escort, push your own payload when standing next to it or on top of it. Oh, so me? If you can test the opponent's payload, it will stop progress until you are eliminated or pushed away. A payload that is not being escorted will slowly move backwards. Teams need to coordinate between both pushing their own payload while also trying to slow down progress of their opponents. The map featured checkpoints on each team's track to guarantee progress once the payload crosses the point. Whoever reaches the finish line first or pushes theirs the furthest when the time expires will get the win for that round. I love the idea of this. It sounds great. You know what it reminds me of? The decision-making of, like, CTF, where you have to make the decision of, like, who's going to attack, who is going to defend, who is going to, like, it reminds me very much of, like, CTF, like, play style. Not like, it's not CTF, but the play style and the decision-making, and it can be really fun, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see how that goes. New stadium maps. We got the Powder Keg Mines, which is a payload race 1. Basically a detour on Route 66. Thames District has payload race, which is King's Row on the side of that. And then you have Oasis Gardens, a new control map. Or you return to Gardens, that is. Not like new, but they might do some new stuff there. So new jump pads and all that. So cool. I'm excited. Okay. Stadium competitive updates. New player requirements. New players will need to win 10 quick play matches in order to unlock. Don't worry, if you have played Stadium in season 16 or 17, you do not have to do that. So go, if you listen, a little bit of a note, if you haven't played Stadium and you eventually want to play ranked, you can do that now. So you know what I'm saying. But anyway, new Stadium rewards. For Elite on tank, you get Reinhardt. For Elite on DPS, you get Mei. For Elite on support, you get Ana. And if you make All-Star, you get Diva. Those are your skins. There is now Stadium competitive play grouping restrictions. There are now grouping restrictions for stadium competitive play that will help ensure more competitive integrity at the highest of tiers. Rookie, novice, contender, and elite will have no grouping restrictions. So there you go. If you're in rookie, novice, contender, elite, you're good. If you're in pro, within 15 divisions. Still a pretty wide range. All-star, 10 divisions, and then legend, 5 divisions. Honestly, like on paper, it doesn't sound too bad. Because like I'm legend 5, most people I play with, or legend 5, most people I play with are an all-star or in legend. So it kind of gives you both ways on that one. So we'll see. Lever compensation. We heard this earlier. Players who have levers outside of their own group during a stadium comp match will have reduced point loss whenever there is a lever. So if they're not in your group, and that was the concern I heard earlier when they mentioned it, is that because like people will just have their friend leave. There's probably going to be something here where people will still try to find a way to like, you know, get in the same game as people, but like this is better than, you know, having it always guarantee that. You know what I mean? It should be in main comp. I swear I saw somebody type earlier they're considering it, but I might have misread that. This compensation will be reduced at higher leagues. Players who still leave stadium comp play matches will receive the full loss penalty and be suspended from comp. So how about group it up and leave the group when you find a game? I guarantee the system can detect that. Oh, so it's mid. Okay. So apparently they do plan on adding that same thing to main comp, by the way. That's what I thought I saw earlier, and if I'm incorrect in that one, definitely correct me, but I saw that earlier. So it sounds like it's something they're considering for main comp if this one goes well. Okay. Dynamic stadium point adjustments. Stadium points earned or lost from stadium comp play are no longer a fixed amount. Stadium points earned or lost are now dynamically determined for every match based on your current and predicted rank. This change should help you find your expected your rank much faster at the start of every season, which means that when you like rank reset, easier climb now. Players with larger gaps will progress faster to their predicted league. So if I'm legend in stadium, if I'm in rookie, I should probably climb even quicker. Players are protected from rank loss until they get to their... Oh, I like this. Players are protected from rank loss until they get close to their predicted rank, no matter which league they are in. So whether you're in legend or, you know, in the ranks that you start to lose rank, you're not going to lose anything, which is good. This is good. Loser consolation. When a player loses a comp game, each individual round now grants stadium points toward their rank and comp points. Loser consolation is disabled for players at All-Star and Legend leagues. Okay. We'll see how this goes, but there you go. They made a lot of good changes here, chat. They made a lot of good changes here, I got to admit. Okay. General stadium updates. Stadium cache. On the in-game scoreboard, Stadium cache now respects the round and match option, displaying which options to select in the scoreboard header and persist across rounds. Only reset at the start of the match. Okay. Stadium third-person camera settings. Improve the third-person camera's height smoothing to more naturally adjust as the hero's vertical position changes. Heck yeah. Updated the third-person camera's local player transparency behavior to fade the hero in and out over a short duration, which previously instantly switched between transparent and yeah, you know the word. Updated the third-person camera to add a short duration over which the camera's distance from the player is smoothed when there is no longer anything beyond the camera previously blocking it. Updated Reinhardt to no longer force the camera to ground level when putting up your shield in either first or third. That's a good change. Improved the fidelity of motion of the third-person camera as it transitions to new offsets away from the hero. And aim assist now works correctly when using third-person camera in Stadium. Yeah, I'm too stupid to know what all that means, but this sounds good. Okay, Stadium control settings. Players can now access Stadium control and camera settings by a hotkey while on the hero select screen at the start of the match. So like you can hit the button to get there quicker. There is a new third-person perspective option to show an indicator to whenever you are in melee range of an opponent that can be toggled on for each hero in your Stadium settings. Added new scope and camera options for Ana and Ashe while playing in third person. Available options now include the existing behavior of zooming into first person and a new behavior of zooming into an over-the-shoulder view. For people who enjoy third person, that is such a huge buff for that type of thing now. I will be using that personally if I play third person because the over-the-shoulder aspect of it was really cool for me when I played Freya. So basically what that means is like rather than like scoping in, it's going to over the shoulder, which is going to zoom. It's if it plays how I think it will, it's going to be a really good change for Stadium. If it does, okay? Okay. And then a new set has been added that will dynamically swap Lucio's third-person camera sides when wall riding. So great changes thus far. Armory and hero build UI. You can now see what happens, abilities. You can now see what weapons, abilities, and passives are affected for each Stadium modification type when you hover over the stat in the detailed build view in the army. I love that. Ability detail tooltips are now defaulted to on. There is now a new armory footer toggle to quickly display the detailed build view. Other Stadium updates. Reduced the timer during the overtime and Stadium match by 2 seconds. Spawn points on Temple of Anubis have been... Oh, wait a second. That's really good, by the way. The overtime change. I felt like in overtime, it was impossible to come back. Spawn points on Temple of Anubis have been pushed back. And now it takes about 1.5 seconds more to reach the objective. That is a huge change, by the way, for that. It's not like over the top and it gives you a comeback opportunity, but it felt a little bit too close. I like that. And chat, this one, some people have been wanting this. Endorsements are now available at the end of Stadium matches. So if you were like me and you just automatically hit the endorsement button to endorse people, it's there. There you go. So those are all like the major changes. I mean, this is ridiculously awesome. I'm loving all this stuff. Chat, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, and then we're going to start with the balance changes of Stadium. Yes, there's more. Buckle in. I hope you're all enjoying. I really do appreciate y'all hanging out with me during the patch notes. All right. Diva. Toki Slam power decreased damage to 25% down from 30. First of all, I never used that build, so if you're saying I got that nerfed, not me. And then face tanking, decreased healing to 40%. Okay, I got that nerfed. That's my bad. I love that power. It's not my bad, but honestly, that's a good change. I do believe that was a good adjustment. I think they did the rocket stuff prior, but I do think that's a good adjustment. I felt like face tanking was a little bit overtuned, so now it's in the middle. It used to be 30%, now it's 40%. Dev comments say Diva's Defense Matrix and Toki Slam builds have been overperforming compared to other tank options, giving her too much consistency across different situations. We are tuning both down slightly to bring their effectiveness more in line with other tanks, ensuring healthier balance and more diverse build choices. By the way, for Diva players, you'll be fine with this. Diva's still going to be really good, just so you know. Now on to one of my other favorite heroes to play in here, and I'm glad that... Holy crap, this looks like a lot of buffs. Junker Queen. Merciless magnetism power increased distance to up to 25 meters from 15. Twist the knife increased the duration from 2 seconds from 1. Blade Parade decreased the charge time to 0.65 seconds from 1 second. Cut 'em Gracie added hit enemies are slowed by 35% for 1 second. Holy crap, they just... Dude, Queen's gonna be good. And then oh, I see what they did here. They nerfed the other... Okay. Royal Bullets power... decreased duration to 2 seconds, removed the distance condition. Thrill of the Battle power increased heal to 100%, and the magnet item now pulls downwards if the enemy is airborne. Like, oh, they're gonna pull, like, wait, so if you, like, hit a Farah, it's just gonna pull him down? Whoa, that's kind of cool. The dev comments say, time to sharpen the blade. Junker Queen's axe has been stealing the spotlight for a while now, but we want to give her knife and blade build to cut in on the action too. With more enemies taken to the skies this season, this buff gives her the edge she needs to bring them crashing back down. I mean, that sounds awesome here for Queen. I'm excited to play that. Sigma. Sigma's been struggling a bit against Ryan. Let's see what they got here. Zero gravity power added while flying, gain 10% damage reduction. I guess that's okay if you're building defensively. The harness epic ability hero item has 15% ability lifesteal now too. Kind of okay. Dev comments say Sigma is going through a series of balance updates aimed at smoothing out his overall performance. One of his toughest matchup has been against brawlers who can charge in and overwhelm him, aka Reinhardt. This update is part of the ongoing improvements to give Sigma more tools to hold his ground and perform better in those high-pressure encounters. So we'll, of course, test that out and see how it is. Okay. Now we have... I'm just going to see something here. Winston, okay. Chat, we're going to go through these quickly, all right? I won't give too many thoughts on it because we're going to play Winston anyway, so I'm just going to read what the powers are. Here we go. Winston, added to Stadium. Circuit Breaker power. Electric damage is increased by 5%. Gain 15% of electric damage as overhealth up to 100. That's pretty cool. Electro Cluster power. 20% Tesla Cannon primary fire range. And the Tesla Cannon's primary fire deals 3% increased damage per enemy being hit. That's pretty cool. Lightning Rod power. Hits with Tesla Cannon's fully charged secondary fire bounces to all other enemies within 6 meters for 50% reduced damage. I like that one. Volatile Volt, Tesla Cannon secondary fire can critically hit for 175% damage. That's pretty good. Lunar Leap. Gain 2% bonus ultimate charge per enemy damage by jump packs Landon. While using jump pack, gain 5% of max life. Okay, so a lot of overhealth. Moon Landon power, heal for 7% of max life per enemy damage by jump pack Landon. Oh, that's going to be good. Primal punch power. Melee or jump eliminations reset jump pack cooldown. For every 25 armor you have, gain 5% melee damage. Pocket projector, activating barrier projector. Attaches an additional small barrier projector to Winston with 5% health. That's funny. Surge protector power. Allies within barrier projector gain 25% over health every 1 second up to 100. Tesla field power. Enemies within barrier projector take 40 electric damage every 1 second. Primal slam power. While using jump pack, press jump to quickly slam towards your current facing direction. During primal rage, slam speed is increased by 50%. Thick skin power, the last power they have here. When activating primal range, Winston gains additional armor equal to 100% of max armor. Wow, it's going to be interesting. So a lot of survivability, like builds and like electric builds. So we'll see. I'm excited to try Winston out on this. Okay. I'm just going to read the items, but I'm not going to read the cost of them. Okay? Because I think that's going to be a little bit better. This is a rare one. 10% weapon lifesteal on Tesla Cannon. Gain 15% damage dealt by Tesla's Cannon secondary fire as overhealth. That's a rare weapon item. Deconstructor, rare weapon hero item. 15% max ammo. Tesla Cannon deals 50% more damage to deployable objects. Oh, that's from like the what's it called? The perks. Gibraltar Generator is an epic weapon hero item. 10% weapon power. Barrier projector grants Winston 10% increased weapon power while inside of it. Harold's Glasses, 25% max ammo. Tesla Cannon secondary fire deals 25% increased damage. Just a right-click build here. I'm already starting to see. Zero G Suit, rare ability. 5% cooldown reduction, 5% movement speed. After activating jump pack, increase movement speed by 50% for 2 seconds. That's really good. Horizon Expander, epic ability hero item, 20% ability power. Jump pack's landing area can increase by up to 100% while airborne. Also good. Unstoppable Prototype, epic hero ability item. 10% cooldown reduction. Barrier projector bursts when it's removed, dealing 25% electric damage to nearby enemies. That's also cool. Launcher's epic ability hero item. 50% primal rage duration, 50% jump pack base damage. During primal rage, jump pack's base damage becomes electric and increase up to an additional 100% while airborne. Winton, a common survival item. 10 health, win in the round, awards Winston 2,000 bonus cash. I mean, I love that. Winton, and if you win, you get bonus cash. I mean, Premium Peanut Butter, a rare survival hero item. 25 health, using jump pack cleanses all negative effects. That's a good item. That's a really good item if you go up against, like, Ana. Smart Armor, a rare survival hero item. 25 armor while below 50% life. Take 25% reduced damage from shotguns, such as Reaper, Junker Queen, and Diva's Primary Fire. It's a good item. Pace Armor, 50 armor. When exiting primal range, gain 100 overhealth. Simian Supplements, 50% barrier projection duration. Barrier projector max health is increased by 300. Fortified Jump Pack, epic survival hero item, 50 armor. Damage received during jump pack is reduced by 35%. So a lot of really cool Winston items. I'm excited to try Winston out on Tuesday. Ash, head honcho power, removed resets on reload and decreased the cap to 15%, down from 30. I think that's good. I don't know the power too well. Early detonation power now only heals amount of reloaded ammo when restoring health through reload therapy. Dev comments say head honcho has always been a bit of a gamble. High risk, but not always high reward. With this update, we're making it a safer pick that feels more consistently useful while keeping the overall power ceiling in check. So good luck to the Ash players. Cassidy, Sunrise power, increased slow duration to 2.5 seconds. That's good. Think Flashed power, added flashbang's hinder duration is increased by 50%. Oh, huge hinder. Flash in the Pan power, increased ultimate charge to 20%. Quick draw power, increased distance to 15 meters. And wanted poster, added Deadeye's damage charges 35% faster on airborne enemies. That's a cool one. The dev comments say, Cassidy's trusty 6-shooter has always kept him sharp against flyers, but with the spicy stadium powers, the skies have gotten downright unruly. This season, we're giving Cassidy some upgrades to his weaker tricks so he can hold his own, keep his aim true, and remind everyone who's the fastest draw in the West. Still concerned they haven't nerfed the weapon power side of things, but we'll see. Freya, Increased income from damage and healing by 11.7%. Probably needed it. Dev comments, Frey continues to struggle at generating currency compared to other damage options. With the improved counterplay options in her armory and the introduction of draft, we are bumping up her currency generation from damage to help increase her consistency in Stadium. May. Cold Spot rare survival item. Primary fire applies 35% slow for 1.5 seconds to an airborne enemy. Great. Dev comments here. It says May was having a hard time with dealing with flyers on their testing data, so this update gives her a new counter item to help level the playing field. That's good. Farah, here we go. I'm only saying that because I have all the items. This is good. This doesn't seem as much as Winston, so okay. Ready, chat? I'm going to power through this. All right. Evasive maneuver power. After using jump jet, concussive blast gains Homan and hinder enemies for 1.5 seconds. Ooh, a new hinder. Okay. Extra charge power. Concussive blast gains 1 extra charge. Fun. Launch vector. Whenever you knock back an enemy with concussive blast, fire 3 Homan mini rockets. I'm seeing a lot of Homan rockets here. Blitz barrage power. Gain 40% move speed during barrage. After using jet dash, fire a barrage with 60% fewer mini rockets. That sounds kind of cool. Carpet bomb. Gain 40% move speed during barrage. Barrage has 50% increased duration. That's also a power. Recursion battery. Mini rockets gain 50% lifesteal. Wow. Salvo power. Rocket launcher. Direct hits grant 10 fuel and reduce your cooldowns by 1 second. That's good. Fuel depot. Rocket launcher. Direct hits permanently increase your maximum fuel by 2, stacking up to 25 times. Triple volley power. After using an ability, your next primary fire 3 rockets that each deal 40% damage. Fuel conversion power. Jet dash gains 50% cooldown reduction, but now costs 65 fuel. Heat seeker's power. After using jet dash, your next primary fire locks on enemies. A lot of lock on and Homan missiles here. And speed kills power, the last one. Dealing weapon damage grants 5% movement speed and 3% attack speed for 3 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. So what? That's 30% and then 18% if you get them all. Direct hits grant double stacks. Some good powers there. I'm not the best at Farah, but of course I'll try it out. Okay, and now the items. I'll go quickly through these again. An epic weapon hero item, 15% weapon power, 25% rocket launcher, explosion radius. That's good. Precision targeting. An epic weapon hero item, 20% weapon power, rocket launcher, direct hits, restore 1 ammo. Cairo coolant, a rare ability hero item, 25 health, 5% cooldown reduction. When you knock yourself back with concussive blast, gain 20% movement speed for 3 seconds. Overcharge ordnance, 10% ability power, 25% mini rocket explosion radius. Helix Inhibitor, that was a word I just made up. Helix Inhibitor, 20% ability power, concussive blast slowed. Concussive blast slows affected enemies by 20% for 2 seconds. That's going to be interesting with the double conk. Flight plan, rare item, survival, 25 health after using jump jet or dash, or jet dash, gain 25 over health. Tuned turbines, rare survival, hero item, 25 health. Hover jets consume less fuel. That's going to be good for someone like me. Forward shielding, epic survival hero item, 25 HP. 10% ability power. When you use barrage, gain 25% of your max life as over health. And then Anna's aim assist, 50 health. And rocket launcher, direct hits, heal 15% of your maximum health over 3. That's your DPS changes. Pretty good. Still concerned about Cassidy. But we'll see. Maybe with the HP change, it kind of brings the power down on Cass a little bit for early rounds from the core game. So we'll see. All right, chat. Taking a drink of my water, and we're on to support. Appreciate y'all hanging in with me here, chat. I know it's a lot. No Genji change? Yeah, I'm a little bit. We'll see where that goes, too. We'll see where that goes. Support. Ana. Increased income damage from damage and healing, or income from damage and healing by 11%. That's a buff for Ana. Venomous power, set duration to 2 seconds. Tranquilizer item added a 10% cooldown reduction. The dev comment says live data shows that Ana currently earns the lowest average currency at late game. While her overall performance has improved, we want to ensure she has enough resources to make meaningful and strategic choices in the armory. This update should help boost her economy and open up more build paths. So there you go. Brigida. All right, well, this is good because now that we get Brigida done here, that means the rest of the patch notes, I don't have all the stuff. So here we go, chat. You ready? I got this. Let's go. Brigida. In Stadium now. Burst Aid Power. Use quick melee to consume all repair pack charges. For each charge, heal 20% of max life and gain 5% attack speed for 3 seconds on a 10-second cooldown. Sounds good to me. Righteous Cleave. After using Shield Bash or Whip Shot, your next Rocket Flail swing heals allies within 5 meters for 100% of damage dealt. That's good. Whirl Whip power after using Shield Bash or Whip Shot. Your next Rocket Flail swing hits all enemies around you within 5 meters. Optimizer. For each repair pack active, increase repair pack healing by 10% and heal yourself for 5% of max life every 1 second. Repair pack duration. Oh, this is, what is this? Pack Stacker. Repair pack duration is increased by 50%. Ability damage extends the duration of all active repair packs by 1 second. These are good. I'm excited to play Brig. God Ray power, ability damage to targets over 10 meters away burns them for 4% bonus damage for every 1 meter traveled. Dania, thanks to the 18 or the 16 months of the Prime sub. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Maces to the faces, or maces to faces. Whip shot size is increased by 1 meter and can hit multiple enemies. Inspire lasts 1 second longer when triggered by whip shot. That sounds good. Mender Bender. After using Shield Bash, heal 33% barrier shield health and trigger Inspire. Scold Cast power. After using Shield Bash, your next Rocket Flail swing projects a shield boomerang that deals 60% Shield Bash damage. That's going to be fun. I saw that. That one looks cool. Lindholm Wall power. Increase barrier shield size by 60% and barrier shield health by 100%. Shield Bash can hit multiple targets. I'm in. I want that one. Aura Farmin. Gotta love the names here, right? Aura Farmin. When Inspire is triggered by an ability, all heroes affected by it gain overhealth equal to 5% of your max life for 5 seconds. I'm just going to try that for the name. And then the last power is Concentrated Ground. 25% start an ultimate charge. And when Rally is active, trigger Inspire every 1.5 seconds. And ability cooldowns refresh 25% faster. I can't wait to play some Brig. Holy crap. Oh, it's Consecrated Ground. My bad. It's called Consecrated Ground Power. Consecrated Ground Power. There you go. All right, here we go. Now to the items. Omni Boost, a rare weapon hero item, 25% or 25 health, 5% weapon power, 40% shield bash distance. Haste Pace, 25. This is a rare ability item. 25 health, 5% ability power, and repair packs grant 10% movement speed to target. That's cool. Chain Extender is an epic ability hero item. 15% ability power, 50% whip shot range. Scavenge Steel, epic ability hero item. 50 armor, 5% cooldown reduction, ability damage grants 3% alt charge. I see an alt build somewhere in the works here. Mitzi's Medicine, 10% ability power, 10% cooldown reduction, repair pack can heal. Repair pack healing can overheal allies up to 75 overhealth while active. Squire's Satchel, 25 armor while using shield barrier, gain 25% damage reduction. Valkyrian Core is a rare survival item. 25 armor after your shield is destroyed. It begins regenerating 50% sooner. That's good. Dragon's Incinerator, 25 armor, 20% rally duration. Enemies within rally are burned for 5% of their max life for 1 second, healing you by the same amount. This is good. Nullifier Neuro works. 50 armor, rocket flail damage, reduces the cooldown of armor pack by 0.5 seconds. That's also a perk now. And then the last one, Hard Light Weave, epic survival hero item, 25 armor, increased barrier shield health by 150% of max armor. I'm already like thinking about builds for Brig. This is going to be fun. Okay. So that's Brig. We got this chat. Juno, orbital alignment power. Now enemies within the orbital ray will float up. Okay. And then Blink Boost power. Increase the cooldown reduction to 40%, up from 30%. Dev comments say Juno lost her blinky shoes and her performance took a hit. While some players were happy to see her less airborne, it made it much harder for Juno to stay impactful. This buff helps her regain strength while making sure she doesn't end up permanently zipping around the skies. Lucio, beat drop power, increase max damage from landing on an enemy with sound barrier to 250. The dev notes say more Duncan. You know, in Massachusetts, that can mean something else too, because we love our dunks here. So I'm just saying, you can't tease us with more Duncan, because Massachusetts, we run on Duncan. Okay? So I'm just saying, even though I barely drink it, but still. All right. Mercy. Okay. Triage unit power changed to now increase all healing for Mercy instead of just the staff. Bonus healing reduced to 25%. Okay. I'm going to say this one wrong, but the circle power one that a lot of people like in the build, has been officially removed. It is not in the game now. Threads of Fate power, the reduced chain effectiveness is to 35%, down from 50%. Battle Medic power, attack speed per stack reduced to 3%, down from 4%. Serenity power, reduced extra healing to 10%, down from 20%. And Protective Beam power, added a new effect to the staff that stays tethered 1 second longer to allies not in line of sight. That's pretty good. Tethered Tourniquet is a new power. After swapping to your blaster, the staff automatically heals allies at 100% effectiveness for every 1 second you spent tethered, up to 10 seconds. That sounds pretty good, right? Because like that, you can definitely DPS now. It's just not like how it was before. I'm curious. People might have a better idea on that one for me, but anyway. Supply Surge is a new power. Also, when you reload your staff, it grants allies affected by it 20% movement speed for 2 seconds, restores 50% ammo, and reduces their cooldowns by 3 seconds. Okay, that's also really good. Holy crap. So they added new powers. Again, I'm not going to be able to comment on how Mercy will be in Stadium now, but these powers do sound intriguing. So you know what? We got some new builds. We'll see. There's a new item, it looks like here, called Glass Extra Full. Oh, okay, never mind. They changed it to a rare weapon hero item from a power. 25 health, 5% attack speed, and now you get 25 over health when healing full health allies. That's probably pretty good, down from 50. Chain Evoker is an epic survival hero item. Changed to now grant 50 health instead of armor. Angelic Acrobatics, epic hero item. They added 15% ability power to it, but they increased the cost to 11k. And then last here is Blessed Boosters. Epic ability hero item changed to an epic ability from a survival. Added 10% ability power and reduced the HP to 25. So there's the Mercy changes. Again, I can't comment on how this will feel because I don't know yet. We're almost done with the patch notes. Yeah, ability power, isn't it like really weapon power based? Like what does ability power help Mercy with in like Stadium? That's one thing I'm curious on, right? Like I don't know. Only if you choose Wambulance or Res. Yeah, I can see that. Maybe they wanted maybe there's a new build path they found while testing, and that's why. Here we go. Armory general items dev comments. These general item changes are aimed at overall making you feel like you have more viable options to select within the armory. We're improving situational itemization in the common and rare tiers, particularly against flyers. I was nailing that word earlier, and now I'm just towards the tail end of these notes, and I've lost the ability to pronounce that word again. We're also adding some survivability in some of the less popular rare items, so there's more options for damage-oriented builds in the mid-game. So, a new common survival item is called Ballistic Buffer, 10 health, and after taking damage beyond 20 meters, you gain 50 over health for 3 seconds on a 15-second cooldown. That's kind of cool. Icarus Protocol. Sorry if I said that wrong. Is it Icarus? Icarus, right? New rare weapon general item, 25 health, 5% weapon power, and weapon damage to airborne targets above 3 meters deals 10 bonus damage and slows enemies by 25% for 3 seconds. That's a cool item. Skyline, you had it right the first time? Okay. So Icarus, okay. Skyline, rare ability item, new rare general item, 10% ability lifesteal, ability damage to airborne enemies above 3 meters deals 20% bonus damage over 3 seconds. So they put a lot of anti-air items in here to make it a little bit easier. Electrolytes, they just added 10 health to the general item. Field rations, they changed to movement speed every time you respawn, instead of just the first time. So now that's actually a good change. And movement speed to 30%. That item's way more viable now. Because the one-time use case, it was okay, I can run to the middle quicker and then just sit there. First aid kit also reduces shield regen time. That's a good one. Stockpile added 10 HP to it. Emergency chip is a rare weapon one. Those are both rare weapons I'm saying right now. Change from while you were below 150 life, gain 15% weapon lifesteal to every life. If you would go below 150 health, gain 50 over health and 15% weapon lifesteal. So they changed a little bit of the wording and how it works. Techno Leech, rare weapon general item, added 25 HP to it, and 5% weapon power has been changed to 5% attack speed. Okay. Custom stock, they added 10 HP, which is a rare weapon item. They're doing rare weapon general. I see what they're doing now. So the armor is going to be a little bit different too. That's kind of cool. Wrist wraps, added 10 HP. I'm still on these. What do you mean? Have you seen these? Junker, the Whatcha one, you know what I mean. Added 25 HP. Vitality amplifier, they changed to now while above 50% life, gain 10% power, but otherwise gain 15% ability, lifesteal, and abilities refresh, and they moved the cost up to 5k. Vishkar Condenser is a rare general item. Increase health to shield conversion to up to 150 from 100. Decrease the cost. Reinforced Titanium, added 5% ability power while you have shield. I like that. Iron Eyes, added 5% movement speed and decreased the cost. Iron Eyes is good against melee Genjis, by the way, and just against people hitting headshots. Bloodbound is a rare survival general item. Rarity changed to rare, down from epic. Cost reduced to 4,000. We'll see how that one goes. Crusader Hydraulics is a rare survival general item. Added 5% attack speed when you have armor. Charged from heal for 20% of damage taken to gain over health equal to 20% of damage taken for 3 seconds. Damage conditions now track pre-mitigation damage for synergy with other damage reduction effects. Damage condition now tracks within a 0.2 second period. Sonic Recharger, epic ability, general item, cost decreased. Overdrive Core, epic weapon, general item, cost decreased. And now for the bug fixes, I'm going to read through them very quickly. Fixed an issue where Hazard's ultimate did extra damage to Diva when she was in mech. Didn't even know that was a thing, but that's good. Fixed an issue where Mercy's resurrection animation did not stop. Ramatra. Oh, they fixed the Vengeful Vortex perk was affecting enemies at a range larger. That's a good fix. Fixed an issue with Sojourn's Overcharge. Stadium. Aim assist inconsistency with third person. Reset build. Ash's Iron Sight mod is back. I'm just looking at anything else here. Oh, fix an issue with the Wambulance power where it did not count as ability healing for items like biotech. Okay, cool. Oh, armor bug's fixed. They fixed the armor bug. They was up top. Chat, I have officially done it. We have completed the 9,100 word patch notes, which, by the way, I ain't complaining. Listen, if you're telling me Overwatch is going to be this stacked on seasons, give me those patch notes every damn time. I will read them every time because this game I have fun with, and this is going to be an awesome season. Enjoy the patch notes, like the video, all that stuff. Appreciate it.